You've been on that treadmill for 45 minutes, sweating, bored out of your skull, staring at that little fat burn light glowing on the screen like it's a slot machine about to pay out. Let me ruin your day. That light is lying to your face. That number, the one you've been babysitting your heart rate to stay inside, is the single biggest scam printed on gym equipment. And you've been chasing it for years like it owes you money. Here's the pitch you fell for. Somewhere along the line, a magazine or a personal trainer or a sticker slapped on a machine told you there's a magical zone. Keep your heart rate low and slow, stay inside the zone, and your body burns pure fat. Push too hard, cross some invisible line, and poof, you flip over to burning carbs and the fat is safe again, untouched, laughing at you. So you played it safe. You kept it easy. You kept it in the zone like a good little student. And you're standing there 6 months later, looking exactly the same as the day you started. Same shirt fits the same way. What a great use of 180 hours. Now, here's the part that should genuinely make you angry. The zone is technically real. At low intensity, a higher percentage of the calories you burn actually does come from fat. That part isn't a lie. The science checks out. The lie is that the percentage is what matters. Watch this. Sit down. Don't move. Right now, sitting on your couch doing absolutely nothing, you are burning the highest percentage of fat you will burn all day. Congratulations. You are deep, blissfully inside the fat-burning zone. So why aren't you shredded? Because percentage is a garbage metric on its own. If burning a high percentage of fat actually made you lean, the leanest humans on Earth would be the ones who never got off the sofa. Professional couch sitters would have abs. You already know that's insane. You've just never stopped to connect the dots because the glowing light told you not to. And I get the objection forming in your head right now. But it says fat burn, so it must be burning fat. Yes, it is. It's also technically true that a leaky faucet is producing water. Doesn't mean it's filling the pool. So let's rip out the broken picture in your head and install a working one. Your body is not a machine with two settings, fat mode and carb mode, where a little switch flips the instant your heart rate crosses some sacred threshold. That's not biology. That's a cartoon someone drew to sell you a heart rate monitor. Your body is a hybrid engine. It is burning both fuels, fat and carbohydrate, at the same time, all the time right now, while you watch this. What actually changes as you work harder is just the ratio between them. Slow walk? Mostly fat, but a tiny total burn. Hard effort? A bigger slice of carbs by percentage, but a massively bigger total burn on top. Picture a bonfire versus a birthday candle. The candle burns a small, clean, tidy little flame. Very high quality. The bonfire roars through 10 times the wood in a fraction of the time. If your actual goal is to get rid of a woodpile, you do not sit cross-legged admiring the candle and calling it strategy. Total calories burned is the thing that actually empties the tank, not the percentage glowing on the screen. The zone had you laser-focused on optimizing the one single number that barely moves the needle and ignoring the number that does. But here's where this gets good, because I am not about to tell you to just go run harder and call it a day. That's the lazy, obvious half answer every other channel gives you. The real story is better than that because the biggest fat loss lever you own isn't happening on the treadmill at all. It's happening in the 60 minutes after you eat, and you're sleeping through it every single day. Follow me closely. You eat a meal. Carbohydrates break down into glucose. That glucose floods into your bloodstream, and your blood sugar climbs fast. Your body sees the spike and panics a little. It dumps insulin, the storage hormone, to shovel all that sugar out of your blood and pack it away into storage. Big spike, big insulin surge, and a solid chunk of that energy gets tucked into the pantry, some of it as fat. Then the sugar crashes back down, and 40 minutes later you're standing in the kitchen hunting a snack you do not need, because the crash made you feel like you do. Now here's the actual cheat code. Your muscles have a secret back door. When you contract a muscle, and I mean something as pathetic and easy as walking, that muscle reaches out and pulls glucose directly out of your bloodstream. And here's the magic part. It does not need insulin's permission to do it. It opens its own door. The sugar you just ate gets grabbed and burned by your working legs instead of getting shoved into fat storage. The spike flattens. The insulin surge shrinks. And the whole crash and crave spiral never even fires. You didn't burn pure fat. Forget that phrase, that's the myth talking. You did something smarter. You stopped your body from parking that energy as fat in the first place. You intercepted it before it ever got stored. That is the lever, not the zone, not the glowing light. What your muscles are doing in the hour after you eat. So peel the heart rate sticker off the machine and throw it in the trash. Here is the actual protocol. It is almost insultingly simple, which is exactly why you've been ignoring it for years. It doesn't feel like enough to work. Step 1. After your biggest meal of the day, you walk. Not run, not sprint. Walk. 10 to 15 minutes at an easy pace, the kind where you could comfortably hold a conversation the whole time. That's the entire movement. If you're gasping, you're overthinking it. Step 2. Timing is the whole game. Start walking within about 30 to 60 minutes of finishing that meal, while your blood sugar is still actively climbing. That is the window, and it is not optional. Walk while the tide is rising and you flatten the wave before it ever crests. Sit for 2 hours first, and the spike has already come and gone. You showed up to the fire with a bucket after the house burned down. Step 3. Stack it, don't hoard it. 3 separate 10-minute walks after 3 separate meals beat one big 30-minute session for controlling your blood sugar across the entire day. So walk after breakfast, walk after lunch, walk after dinner. Small doses, repeated often, beat one heroic effort you'll quit in a week. Step 4. Stop worshiping the treadmill screen entirely. When you do actually train to burn total calories and to build muscle. Because more muscle means a bigger glucose sponge sitting on your frame, soaking sugar out of your blood around the clock even while you sleep. The zone was never the goal. Muscle plus movement after meals, that's the goal. That's the whole engine. That is the complete system. A pair of shoes and a door. No machine required. No magical glowing light necessary. Nothing to subscribe to, nothing to plug in. So let's be honest about what happens the second this video ends. You've got 2 options. Option 1, you go right back to the treadmill, you find your comfortable little glowing zone, and you keep grinding out the exact same routine that gave you the exact body you're standing in right now, comfortable, familiar, completely useless. And in 6 months, we do this whole conversation again. Or option 2, tonight, after dinner, you put your shoes on and you walk for 10 minutes. That's the entire ask. 10 minutes. It costs you nothing. It needs no equipment, and it beats the machine you've been praying to this whole time. The fat-burning zone was never the secret. It was the distraction, a shiny light designed to keep you busy and comfortable and exactly where you started. The real work is boring, it's free, and it begins the moment you stop hunting for a magic number on a screen. So close the fridge, lace up the shoes, and go.